Hi, this is Nat, and we're off our couch in St. Augustine, Florida, often referred to as the oldest city in America. We're in Northeast Florida, about 40 miles south of Jacksonville, but we are not dealing with the old today. We are dealing with the new, the very new, because there is a brand new attraction in St. Augustine, Florida, located about 10 miles from the historic downtown district, and that is the Disease Vector Education Center. The Disease Vector Education Center has just opened in March of this year, 2024. Interesting and serious fact. Mosquitoes are the #1 cause of human death, and the mission of the Disease Vector Education Center is to educate the public about the dangers of some mosquitoes and the many ways to protect ourselves from the possible diseases they carry. And if you don't know already, a disease vector is any living agent that carries and transmits an infectious pathogen. And this education about disease vectors, it is not a boring, drawn-out type of lecture. This is a highly interactive, hands-on type of learning, from the outdoor playground to the backyard of the center to the inside of the center, as demonstrated by Ghensy, the coordinator here at the Disease Vector Education Center. And if you are new to our channel, welcome, and we want you to know that we visit St. Augustine a lot. So if you are planning a trip to St. Augustine, if you love St. Augustine, subscribe please and keep getting off the couch with us. From what I've read so far from the facts just on the playground, I've already learned a ton. So I'm really excited to start walking around this center and taking the tour too. Currently, there are no admission fees right now to enter the education center, and from what I've read, that is going on up until July of this year, 2024. So we can go ahead and just jump right into our tour here with the coordinator at the center, Ghensy, starting at the entrance.
This is mosquito habitats and food sources. As you enter, we have these 2 tablets right here. The restrooms are right there, just so you guys know. So when you click on these tablets, it'll give you a list of different mosquitoes. This tablet will tell you where they lay eggs. The other tablet will show you different food sources. So as we click on it, it'll spotlight different areas. So this is like more of a domestic side, and then right behind you is in nature. And then it'll do that for each and every one of the mosquitoes. And then I'll show you the food source. If you want to keep an eye on that raccoon.
Oh.
So this is involved learning, as you can see. As I already said, this is my favorite type of learning, and having Ghensy as our educator and guide really allows us to get involved, since Ghensy is pointing out so many details to us, like the elephant mosquitoes.
This species of mosquito is my favorite. It's an elephant mosquito, and you can see some adults over here. They're huge. You know why it's my favorite though?
Why?
They don't bite us.
Okay.
Oh. They don't bite us?
They don't bite us. And the females, when they lay eggs, they look for where other mosquitoes are laying their eggs, because her larvae will eat the other ones.
Oh, wow.
So,
and this is why they are here. If they can successfully breed and raise these mosquitoes, then they can be released to consume and control other mosquito populations. These elephant mosquitoes are so large that Ghensy is able to point out the difference between the males and females, and I'm actually able to see it, which is crazy. I think it's a pretty well-known fact that the female mosquitoes are the ones that bite us, not the males. We're ignoring the elephant mosquitoes right now, since Ghensy just explained to us that they don't bite at all. But it is not a well-known fact that mosquitoes can actually transmit diseases to us when they bite. The coordinator of the center, Ghensy, is telling us how many people are unaware of that. There are actually over 3,500 species of mosquitoes, and a few of those species do carry diseases which are harmful to humans and animals, as this map of the world shows. By clicking on a disease, you can follow the arrow and see the particular parts of the world that is affected by that disease. Another fact that Ghensy is explaining, A lot of people don't realize that not all mosquitoes bite humans. Some prefer reptiles, some prefer birds, some prefer pets like cats and dogs. For our pets, we provide them with heartworm medication to protect them from potentially dangerous mosquito bites. And for us humans, Ghensy is explaining ways that we can protect ourselves against potentially dangerous mosquito bites by wearing bug spray, being sure to apply DEET when we go outside, avoiding dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active if possible, wearing long sleeves, and avoiding standing water. Also like bamboo. Mosquitoes love bamboo since it holds water, and people, a lot of us love bamboo too. But having it all around your home can cause problems. Ghensy is telling us and providing us with examples of that. It's interesting that mosquitoes have different preferences when it comes to biting for the sake of obtaining blood. However, diseases can still transfer between other animals and from animals to humans. And even though this center talks a lot about mosquitoes, the education is about disease vectors. So the hands-on exhibits and the eye-catching images on the wall are not just about mosquitoes, but also includes lice, fleas, and ticks, for example. Like any well-done museum or attraction, there are photo ops. I love this photo op because it is fun, and it also looks really official with the name badge. I couldn't help but call London Patrick. As powerful as the blaster looks too, mosquito control technicians also use small bags similar to these type of bags to fight mosquito populations. At the storm drain toss, you can test your mosquito breeding prevention skills, and mosquito control technicians actually do toss bags from their vans into the sewers. Never heard of that before. I've definitely never seen it. If you have, let us know in the comments. There are other games in the Wiggles Play Lab too, and some insects too. Ghensy is showing us some of the insects that are already in their area. More are being added. Right now we're looking at the hissing cockroach. I bet you expected the camera to fall, didn't you? My bug tolerance has increased tremendously since moving to Florida, and I feel it increasing exponentially even right now as we walk around the center. Now I want to show you all some of the other interactive elements of the center. This is a lab simulation where we work with entomologists, scientists who study insects, to determine what illness the patient is suffering from based on their symptoms and other vital circumstances. There's also a mosquito eaters game, a game testing your knowledge about different animals that eat mosquitoes. As you play, you can enjoy the cute little fish swimming in the background. And there is also the helicopter. Pilot the Anastasia Mosquito Control District helicopter to embark on your very own simulation spray mission around St. Johns County. Now, what's really cool about this helicopter, other than the fact that you are sitting in a helicopter, these are actual recordings of real missions too.
Airspeed increasing, torque at 95%.
Let's see if the surf is up on the way to the mission area.
Even though this helicopter is grounded, there is a movement to it still. The simulation feels pretty real. And yeah, a lot of it is real. Like I said, it's actual recordings. And then you have the many buttons that you can push, which has my daughter really feeling like she is piloting this helicopter. She is loving it. If she has not flown this helicopter at least 25 times since we've been here, then I just don't know. She has completed all of the missions. And do you know how hard it is to be on a tour with someone who refuses to get out of the helicopter? Well, the tour must go on, and Ghensy is taking us through the different tools that have been used over the years to trap mosquitoes. Mosquito nests used to protect against mosquito bites when you're in your most vulnerable state, asleep. This education center is a work in progress because there will be bees here within this space inside of a glass hive, because when discussing insects, we have to discuss the high importance of bees when it comes to pollination. But an astonishing fact that I shared on Instagram, every Monday, I share a Did You Know fact on Instagram, something that we learn while on our travels and our adventures, and that we want to share with all of you. So if you like interesting facts and tidbits of information, be sure to follow us on Instagram. Anyways, we have just learned that moths are actually better pollinators than bees because of their furriness. We're also discovering that although there's a wide variety of mosquitoes, over 3,500, remember? There are actually an even higher variety of beetles, over 400,000 species. So Ghensy is telling us, in theory, for every 10 creatures that are randomly picked up from the earth, one would be a beetle, and for every 5 creatures, one would be a weevil, which is a type of beetle with an elongated snout. Case in point, Ghensy has just brought us a weevil from the outside area in the back that we'll get to check out in just a bit. But I want to continue to tour inside still because so many exciting updates are coming. As I already stated, this education center is a work in progress still. Not all of the insects are on display yet. Not all of the exhibits are completed yet. And this exhibit, which is currently in the works, will pay tribute to St. Augustine when St. Augustine was first founded. And St. Augustine is the oldest continually occupied settlement of European and African American origin in the United States, founded in September of 1565. So there is over 450 years of history in this city. This exhibit is inspired by the historic Huguenot Cemetery, which is located in the downtown historic district of St. Augustine, which I stated earlier is about 10 miles from here. This exhibit will retell the role that diseases like yellow fever and therefore mosquitoes have played in the history and development of St. Augustine. And these spiders are real. Just want to make sure you know that because some of these are really big. A lot of these spiders and many of the specimens within this education center have been donated by the Division of Plant Industry. My daughter has finally made it out the helicopter and joined the tour and is telling us how she doesn't like this part. She's not a big fan of spiders. I think it's going to be really cool when it's all said and done. And I absolutely love how the history of St. Augustine is incorporated into the amazing tours, museums, and attractions in this city. If you've been getting off the couch with us for a while, I'm sure you've heard me say that before during our visits to St. Augustine. And if you're new to the channel, we have a large St. Augustine playlist. We just love this city. So to continue this tour and see what else we have to look forward to at this education center, on this side there is going to be a cafe. And the cafe is going to be serving some really popular take and go options like black ant spice guacamole. I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm just joking. Ghensy, the coordinator here, is telling us that this exhibit is actually going to be a part of the cultural side of St. Augustine. You know, this menu sounds so fancy. I bet if some of these dishes were put in front of a guest with no menu, no explanation, you wouldn't even know. Some of these insects on display, though, are huge. I think I would know if one of these were to end up on my plate. I hope I would. Now, there's one more interactive piece I want to point out before heading outside. And this is the Careers in Entomology, the Study of Insects exhibit. I am a big proponent of exposing young people, or anyone for that matter, of any age, someone who may be looking for career possibilities. I believe in exposing people to as many career choices as possible. I personally believe that you can find a career doing something you love or that you're interested in or care about. So I really love how this exhibit discusses the various careers of entomologists. I was most surprised by the possibilities for entomologists to work in forensics. Ghensy is explaining to us that bug activity and certain bugs can provide key details in forensic cases. Fascinating. Something else that blew my mind, the forensic entomologist is explaining on this display, on this exhibit, how much he gets to travel with this job and how that's such a great perk. Maybe I should think about that. I love to travel and I'm becoming more and more comfortable with bugs. Okay, so one last stop. Let's take a quick look outside in the back. The playground is in the front. The back has a calm, lovely garden area with a pond, native plants, and a bat house, and of course, bugs. We're on the lookout for bugs everywhere now. And that is how we will end our day here at the Disease Vector Education Center. Thank you so much for joining us for this hands-on, entertaining, and highly educational time. We had a great time. We learned so much, and there's still more to come, which is mind-blowing. Up until July, it is free. We will have the website link in the description box so you can have those future price details. I would love to provide you all with a personal price update and return after July because I loved it. We all loved it. It is so much fun and just unbelievable how much there is to learn and how useful this information is too, about mosquitoes and all types of insects. The center is extremely well done. London says it's what he would expect from Disney if they were creating exhibits educating guests about insects and entomology. And that's just a tremendous compliment. I 100% agree. I want to see more of it. I definitely want to see the St. Augustine history part and the bees. London loved all the details of the tour and the theming. My son loved all of the insects as well as the microscopes. And my daughter can't wait to get back in that helicopter. Those are our highlights. We'd love to hear your highlights. What did you think? Have you already visited or you plan to visit? If you found this video helpful with your planning, please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know as well, please. What are you most interested in checking out? What's your favorite part of this center? We would love for you all to continue to join us off the couch next video. A new adventure happens each and every Saturday. And our next adventure takes us to Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, to delight in the beauty, nature, and wildlife of the Guantanamo Matanzas Research Reserve. The reserve includes 74,000 acres and is a stunning mix of beaches, trails, wetlands, and estuaries. We'll be basking in nature and learning about it too at the Visitor Center. So join us please for another educational and fun outing. Subscribe if you yet to do so. Join us please too for our monthly newsletter where we provide travel tips and travel inspiration directly to your inbox. The sign up link is in the description box and on our website too at offourcouch.com. As always, we want to thank you for joining us here in St. Augustine, Florida at the Disease Vector Education Center. Thanks so much for taking the tour along with us. And as always, we have to say thank you for the likes, the comments, the feedback, the shares. All of you join us off the couch week after week makes these weekly adventures possible. So thank you so incredibly much. Until next week, click on the video to see another one of our experiences. Thanks for watching.